Yeah, I've had a really big positive breakthrough today. Actually, it's been happening over the last couple of weeks, but especially today. And I think everyone will relate to this. And in a sense, hopefully, some people don't. Um, but yeah, I've just decided that this isn't just like spur of the moment today. This has been, weeks and weeks of working on myself and going through really challenging times like everybody else. I've just decided that I'm not going to live in fear anymore. I'm not going to let my fear and anxiety hold me back. From taking action, from doing things that I want to do in my life, and I'm not going to let the fear of failure, fear of success, fear of pressure, fear of change, all those fears. I'm starting to, and it's taken me a long time. I'm really starting to feel my confidence coming back. I'm actually feeling confident, and I can honestly say that I haven't really felt genuinely confident for a long time. In all honesty, yeah, in certain moments, but it hasn't felt steady. It's been very hit and miss, and since getting back in the boxing gym and doing the training, it's weird. It's since I've been doing the positive things that I used to do when I was younger, I feel like I'm born again. Like I'm coming back to being happy again. And I'm going to do quite a lot of videos on this. It's difficult explaining this in one sitting, but I can't wait to share this with a lot of people, a lot of you, because I think a lot of you are gonna. I think it's going to help a lot of you to build your confidence as well and really move forward in your life. Because I know that these things relate to pretty much everyone who follows this channel. So yeah, I'm just kind of processing it today. That's why I've gone live. Yeah, and I mean, I don't even know where to start with this. I just want to try and simplify it. So, oh man, it's difficult to. It's so much to talk about. But I mean, from 2017, since I had the breakdown, I had a mental health breakdown and really been challenged with mental health problems, anxiety, depression, probably more anxiety than depression. It's been an uphill struggle. It's been really difficult, even though a lot of people don't believe it, because people see me as confident, and I used to be confident. Obviously, and that's how I was able to, build a successful business, and I'm so grateful for a following all around the world and change so many people's lives. But that was in the past, and it got to a point where I couldn't live in the past anymore. It was causing me a lot of pain and anxiety, and it just feels like it's weird because I was listening to Oscar De La Hoya talk the other day, and he said, for the first time in my life, I'm coming back to have a fight in boxing. I'm doing it for myself, and I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm actually doing this for me, and I don't regret, helping so many people. It's probably the best joy I've had in my life. But at the same time, it honestly feels like for so many years now, I've just been trying to please everyone and accommodate everyone else but myself, and it's just been exhausting, and I've just kind of had enough of it. And yeah, when I look at where I am now from where I was in 2017, where I was mentally unwell, I was hospitalized. I was in a psychiatric mental hospital for 6 to 8 weeks, and I just was in such a dark place. There were times I just thought I'm never gonna be normal again. I'm never gonna have a normal life again. What I had before, which I cherished and appreciated. I'm not gonna even be in a position where I'm going to be able to help other people because I've just lost my confidence. And it's not really like I could blame myself, because it's not like anybody chooses to have a mental breakdown. It's not something that happens because it's kind of like something that you did wrong. It's just, some of it was, I don't even understand it. A lot of doctors didn't. Certain circumstances happened, unfortunate things, pressure, stress. Some of the things I think were genetic, hereditary, trauma from the past. Achieving a lot of success kind of put a lot of stress on my mental health. You know, losing someone close to me in the family. Relationship breakdowns. Um, to go through that, to be rock bottom, where I'm not going to exaggerate. I wasn't suicidal, but I definitely didn't want to live, in a state of just being sick, being unwell, to the point where I weren't really able to, I couldn't function. I had so much anxiety. I couldn't really socialize with people. I couldn't do all the things that I could do before when I was well, when my mental health was really good. And it's just felt like, since 2017 up until the present, it's just felt like I've been suffering for years. I'm not seeking any sympathy, but it's just been difficult. Everything's been difficult. Things that weren't really difficult for me before, and I lost confidence. What can you say? I'm not embarrassed about it anymore. I don't care about what anyone thinks. I care about what I think. I care about my opinion of myself. And for the first time today, I genuinely realized that I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling confident, and I know that my confidence is going to continue increasing, and I'm going to eventually get to a point where I can return to work and start coaching again and start helping people. And I'm getting in shape. I'm losing weight. But my whole life is changing, because I've made the effort, because I've been brave enough to never quit. You know what I mean? Even in the darkest moments, the worst points, I still had that bit of optimism, which is part of, I guess it's how I've grown up. My dad, my family, and my faith. I've always believed in God. I've had my doubts. I just didn't give up. And we've all gone through this COVID time, and that's been very difficult for everyone. So I'm not being selfish in what I'm saying, but yeah, I've just got to a point where I had to kind of figure myself out again and get my confidence back and get my mental health good in all areas of life. So yeah, it's just an unbelievable feeling. It really is. So the boxing's played a huge part. And like I said in the live stream the other day, guys, it's the two things that I've been doing that are really getting me back to being in a good place. And I'm not talking like specifically. People want to always be specific. It's like I'm just talking about all of life, not just like women dating. Getting back to work. Getting over social anxiety again. Um, I'm just talking about everything, and it's been tough, but I'm glad that I've never given up, and despite all of my insecurities, the challenges, the mental health, I've never stopped believing in myself. Thank God, and that hasn't been an easy thing to do as well, because a lot of people think, when you say that I believe in myself, and I always have, people assume that, oh, that means that you don't struggle then, and I have struggled, and it's been hell. And seeing other people go through it, like Tyson Fury, Mike Tyson, so many other people, not just celebrities, personal friends of mine, people that I look up to. It's made me feel grateful, because I'm not the only one that's been through a mental health breakdown. And if you haven't gone through it, you don't know what it's like. It's easy to think that it's not just, oh, you're down or you're a bit depressed. It's like you break down, you're sick, you're unwell. So the boxing training now, I've been training for about 5 weeks. I just can't believe the difference in how I'm feeling. I've been socializing more. I've improved my diet. I just feel, yeah, I'm just feeling good, feeling optimistic, and I feel so driven. Probably more than I was back in the day. It's weird. It's like going back in time again, going in a big circle. Maybe some of you will relate to that. But yeah, I can generally say this. It's not ego or anything like that. I'm starting to feel fearless again. You know, generally living up to that title that I say, but how I was back in the day. You know, what got me in a position where I could change people's lives pretty easily. You know, because I was in such a good place. I was confident. It was genuine. So I've learned so much from this, from struggling in life, having anxiety, overcoming it, becoming successful, becoming confident, changing people's life, having a certain amount of fame. Not that I ever aspired to be a famous person, but you know, having success with women, financial, and then losing everything, just being broken down, rock bottom, no job, no finances, you know, no girlfriend, being single, having all my anxiety back again. It's just being completely crushed by life. Now, obviously, there's always positives in life, and I always talk about them. Thank God I'm still here. Like I didn't take my own life. I never. I, I could have gone that way. Thank God I didn't. Having good family and good support, but I've been to hell and back, man. Believe me. You know, you hear people saying that, and I know a lot of people do go through that, and maybe some of you are, but sometimes I think people just say it. But I've been hell and back, and I feel like I can just feel it. It's real. It's genuine. It's not fake. It's not to impress other people. I'm feeling great again, man. Really, really great. And I'm just starting to enjoy life again. And I'm grateful that now I've got good friends now. I've kind of reunited, reconnected. And when I was going through the mental health thing, I just pushed everyone. I didn't have any friends. I couldn't have friends. I was too sick. Thank God I had family to support me. And to think where I was and where I am now, and the great people that I've got, like you guys. Um, I just feel like I've been given a second shot in life, man. I'm definitely not. I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna throw it away, and I'm definitely not gonna be like. I'm not gonna be a victim. I'm not gonna be bitter. I've kind of overcome all that. I'm not gonna feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for myself at all. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for making so much progress with my confidence and mental health, and just generally starting to enjoy life again. It's hard to put into words, man. It feels like it doesn't make sense when I'm saying all this, but this is just like everything I've been feeling and going through, and just keeping it in for so long was like I've kind of learned it was a mistake. Like, what's the point of keeping all this in and just bottling it up and living with it and suffering day in, day out, week in, week out? And a lot of people, you know, which I appreciate, friends and, you know, even some old clients have said to me, you know, oh, you were great before. You were, you know, you were so successful. You helped so many people. You inspired me. You changed my life, or your videos. And I'm so grateful for all that. But that didn't take away the fact that I felt like shit. And I felt awful for the last 4 years, even a little bit longer, since 2000, actually since 2016 to 2021. I've just been suffering with depression, anxiety, mental health, negative thoughts, and just completely been living in fear, completely been paralyzed by fear in pretty much every area of my life. And it's humbling. Like it's almost weird to say it, but I feel like I'm glad I've gone through this now. Now that I'm getting back into a good place, and I can really take so much experience and understand mental health more, and kind of see, even if it isn't like that, and people just say it and we give things meaning, but I can see a reason why I've gone through this. I really can, and it doesn't make any sense when you're going through it at the time. You're actually thinking, sorry, my language, like what, what the f is going on here? Like, what have I deserved to go through this? I'm not a bad person. I'm not a saint. No one is, but I'm a good person. Like I've been good. I've treated people well, and I'm literally like mentally just broken down. Like I can't even do normal things that normal people do. Like I can't socialize. I can't be vulnerable. I can't go to the gym. I can't work. I can't earn money. I'm just completely broken down. Just broken down to the lowest point. And man, what a journey it's been. unbelievable. I never had any plans, and it never crossed my mind. But if there was ever a time to write a book and share a story with the world that can, I don't know, it might change people's lives or save people's lives or other people that have gone through this. But there is, it's cheesy, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, no matter what you're going through or gone through. And that's why I'm so happy to be back in the boxing gym with good people. And I feel like I'm back at home again. And just doing these live streams, I'm enjoying it. Before, of course, I love doing the videos. I've always loved it, but I've got to be honest. Like a certain amount in the last couple of years, it's just felt like I've been doing it for everyone else, but not for me. And you can say that's good in a way because it's not being selfish and it's inspiring people. But you have to also take care of yourself at the same time. Like it's good to help people. I'll live and die by those values. That's how I was brought up, and I love that, being kind to others. But at the same time, you can't just neglect yourself, and that's what I was doing, obviously, because that's part of being, ill and having mental illness, and just being such a paranoid person. Just worrying about everything. I couldn't stop worrying about everything in life, and it's just no way to live. It's just a waste of life. Life's too short and too wonderful to be living every single day in fear and anxiety, worrying about everything, which most of the things are not in my control, and they're things that are never going to happen. And it's just a relief to get this out, and the physical fitness, the good living, the boxing, being around positive people. I've been socializing a lot. I've had to. It's been hard on my ego, being someone who I was the one who helped everyone else with their anxiety. I was really good and I was good at it. Like I helped so many people to get over social anxiety, financial fears, everything, all those areas. And I got to a point where I couldn't help myself no more. Like it's for me, it felt deep down, I felt humiliated. I felt like a coward. Even though, you know, my mum would say, "You're not a coward. You don't need to blame yourself. You had a mental breakdown. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not in your control." But man, I just got to thank God, man, because I have my doubts sometimes. But there's got to be someone up there, man. There's all the goodness of people and my own effort to just. Because I'll be honest, man. Sometimes I wanted to just give up and quit, man. And I don't mean like take my own life. I never wanted to do that, but just give up, like just not ever work, not stop finding, not looking for love, quit YouTube, just basically like just live on like the bare necessities. And I can't do that, man. Like my father didn't bring me up like that. I haven't gone through all this suffering and depression and anxiety um to just go through so much darkness and despair and depression and paranoia, to the point where I had to go on medication, for the last couple of years. I couldn't do it. I had to take medication. I'm thankful. And, putting on weight, feeling unattractive, feeling fat, feeling ugly. I've gone through all these things. And these are the things that I could always help other people with because back then, obviously, I felt great about myself. I had good self-esteem. I was happy, and yeah. Let's read some of these questions. God, this is like therapy for me, man. Getting this out. I'm gonna get to your questions, guys, but I just don't know, man. It's like, listen. I actually was at a point where I thought I'm never ever going to feel confident again, and for me, that's like taking away your soul. Because if I can't feel confident, I thought, what use am I to anybody else? What can I do? Um, the caffeine shampoo, hit and miss, to be honest. I'm not seeing much of a difference. Maybe it's me, but I feel like since I've been using it, I'm losing more hair, and that's another thing I'm going to get to as well. And I think my hair loss also as well. I can laugh about that. The fears I've had, and I am losing my hair. I think a lot of the hair loss has been due to stress, because before, yeah, I was losing a little bit of hair, but not the amount I've been losing. But even that, I thought I'm starting to even feel more like okay about it. Like, oh, I'm losing my hair. I'm gonna, worst case scenario, I'll go bald, but I don't care if I'm bald as long as I'm happy and I'm confident. I've got good mental health, man. But yeah, if I'm lucky, you know, man, because if I didn't have the good mum and dad that I've got and family, then I don't know if I could have got through this on my own. And obviously, the help with the doctors, um, good friends. I just man. I just feel like unbelievable. Yeah, at the moment, I'm coming to that point where obviously I don't like that I'm losing my hair, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like losing my hair in comparison to going through the mental health struggles that I've had, I can deal with that. That's not the worst thing. Like being happy. Like I'd rather be bald. Um, I'd rather be bald and happy and have a good mental health than have hair on my head and just be depressed all the time. So yeah, I feel like I'm like just coming out of that. Um, yeah, at the moment, guys, I am open to trying different things with my hair. I've got nothing to lose, right? If you're losing your hair anyway. But you know what? When I cut my hair, I'm going to get it trimmed. When I get it trimmed up, my mum says this, it actually looks like I'm less bald. Like I look more bald when my hair gets longer because you can see where, I'm losing hair, if that makes sense. So when I have a short haircut, it actually looks better. But if I'm being honest at the moment, guys, the least of my problems, man. I don't really care at the moment about the hair loss. I just care that I'm starting to feel good, man. I'm coming out of darkness, man. Nah, I'm not really. Tattoos wouldn't be for me. But yeah, man, I tell you what, man, if there was ever a time I could say to people, whoever's listening, especially guys who go through anxiety and depression, that like it can be okay, you can get through it. Like there is light at the end of the tunnel. No matter how, like I've heard people say this, I heard someone say the other day, he was talking about life and things that people go through, that we go through, and he was saying it's never as bad as it seems. Even though we don't always think that we're in the heat of it. And I remember when I was in a mental hospital, I remember obviously I wasn't well, but I had some level of sanity. I remember sitting there thinking, it can't get any worse than this, man, other than dying. Like I'm in a mental health, I'm in a mental hospital. Like, how the hell did I get here? I don't mean that in an arrogant way, like I'm too good, but like I never like this is something this is something happens in movies, and I'm in this place, I'm locked up. I'm basically sectioned to yeah, I'm sectioned, yeah. And I've just gone from being a successful, happy entrepreneur with everything in life, which I was grateful for, and I've lost everything. And I'm, I'm not fit to be, oh man. And then getting out of there, being released, them letting me out, and just, man, I don't even think I'll be able to get back in the gym again. That's how low my self esteem was, and just to be able to be honest about it. Yeah, yeah, I am single at the moment, and I'm okay with it, man. I'm totally fine. I don't care what anybody thinks. That's how happy I feel lately. I don't care what anybody thinks, what they've got to say, because the dating life that I've had from where I started is magnificent. Like I've been in love. I know what it's like to have had love. Obviously, I've had my heart broken. It's all part of life, but I know I'm going to meet someone soon. I will meet the right person, and I'm telling you what, man, once I get myself fully back and I'm getting close, I'm going to start changing people's lives again and helping people. The reason why I'm awake so late is because I've had an amazing day today. I went to the boxing gym. I came home in the evening, made food, went out, and I bumped into an old friend actually, who we had an argument. This is really nice. It's true. A small argument. He got upset, and we didn't speak for about 2 years. And I just saw him today. I walked up to him and I shook his hand, and made peace. And it was such a nice thing. I mean, we've made up. And I love the guy, man. We're really we're good friends. So I was spending some time with him. We went for a walk for a few hours and we catched up. We made up. We put it behind us. Things happen. It's small, and that's why I feel a bit emotional. I feel good, and things are just getting out. And I don't know, man. Like I've lost some weight. I'm feeling good about myself, and it's good to get this out. The hospital thing happened in 2017, and I didn't tell many people about it. I wasn't ready to talk about it back then. I didn't want all of you knowing this happened to me. But now I'm not ashamed of it anymore. Like I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks or and it's good to get it out. Obviously, only my close friends knew, my family knew. Obviously, a couple of like my really close old clients knew. Yeah, I mentioned it on a couple of YouTube videos, but I kind of didn't go into it. What's my opinions on psychedelics? And I haven't really got an opinion on them because I've never used psychedelics, so I don't knock someone who does it. Like it's up to people. Um, but for me personally, because I've been vulnerable and had a mental breakdown, I wouldn't take psychedelics. I don't think they'd be good for me. But some people, they change their life, so I'm not going to tell anybody, oh, you should not take it or take it. It's people's choice. Yeah, with the hospital thing, I'm going to I'm gonna talk about it more in depth in a video because to be honest, like me and my mum spoke about this and she didn't think it was a good idea, and she's right at the time to share it. It just wasn't appropriate. It wasn't something that I wanted to tell everyone about. It's a very personal thing. And now I'm, as you can see, I guess I've healed a lot as well. Like this is how much I've grown that I can talk about it, and I don't feel embarrassed or ashamed or fearful about what other people would say. I just don't care. I feel good about myself, and yeah, man, that's how powerful boxing and fitness is. You see, when I'd hear Tyson Fury speaking about it, I would think he's such a brave, cool person. But there was a point where I was like, but it's not okay for me to talk about it. That's how much like pressure I put on myself. That like if somebody else opened up about their mental health struggles, I would never judge someone for that. I've never looked down on them. I'd actually think they're really brave. But when I was trying to do it, it was like, yeah, but I didn't feel like I probably didn't feel like I was worthy. It was okay for me to show that level of vulnerability. Like it was a selfish thing for me to do when I realized it's not a selfish thing, actually. It helps so many other people who might be going through it who can't speak about it. So, yeah, I think it's coming to the realization that I've arrived in a good place, being that I've been in a bad place for such a long time for 4 to 5 years. And obviously, that doesn't mean like there hasn't been some times of happiness. Of course, there's been days of happiness with family, friends, but like it's been very temporarily. Like for most part, permanently, I've just been in a state of fear and anxiety, depression, and really low confidence. I've got no opinion on it, man. I got no opinion on that on those guys. But it's weird because I didn't do this on purpose. But when I was in a bad place, like I didn't have that many positive people around me other than my family and a couple of close friends who were brilliant. But now I'm in a better place. It just feels like I'm meeting so many positive people everywhere. Like I've like, it's not. I always had a lot of friends, but like I said, when you get sick, I didn't realize I did it. I pushed everybody away. I pushed a lot of people away. Everyone, even women. Even when I would meet a girl after I come out of hospital, and it would be going quite well, and she would like me and want to get close to me. I just get fearful and push all relationships away, and that's part of being fear. That's a fear of obviously that's a fear of being hurt. That's a fear of intimacy. So the mental health breakdown not just broke me down, but it left me with a lot of fears and insecurities that I didn't have before the breakdown, if that makes sense. or I certainly didn't have them to that good degree. I don't know what caused it. Um, I don't know what caused it. I really don't. I can guess, and the doctors didn't know. You know, the psychologist didn't know. It was a number of events, but that I couldn't tell you, and I wish I could tell you because I'm still trying to figure it out what actually caused it. I appreciate that, William. Good to see you as well, guys. To be honest, this is not really a live stream. This is me just getting everything out. I don't know if it's much of a live stream, but it just feels good to get out. Are you into stocks? And I'm becoming more open-minded about that. I've got a couple of friends who have apparently done. I'm really happy for them. They've done very well in crypto or Bitcoin. So in the future, when I get back to working again and get my business up and running and start making some money, I'm gonna definitely have a go at investing in some of that. That's what I mean. My mindset now has changed. It's not just happened today, guys. It's not me just excited and talking a load of nonsense. It's been happening over the last couple of years, and I'm just gonna go for it like I did back in the day. I'm just gonna face all my fears again. That's what I'm gonna do, and help a lot of people. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm reading your comments, guys, and they all make sense. You know, that's why I like talking to you guys because you're smart, genuine people. I think one of the biggest things I've learned about going through a mental health breakdown, amongst many others, is, and this is kind of like human nature, is like I don't have to enable it. I don't have to allow the kind of like the power of it, the force of the mental illness. I don't have to allow that to stop me and hold me back, and keep me in a place of permanent failure. Because I've always believed in that failure equals success. That there's no shame in failing in anything in life. It's having the guts to go for it, whatever it is, whether it's starting your own business, asking a woman out, trying something new. It's okay to fail. There's nothing wrong in failing. Like when people laugh at other people and judge them for failing, they've got no right to laugh and judge other people if they're not trying in their life. That's obviously what haters do, and then that's because they're just weak. Um, Invested 400 quid in 2 months later. That's brilliant, man. I'm happy for you. Wow, I'm hearing a lot of this, man. So I believe you. A lot of friends. So 400, 2,500. That's great, man. And it's weird lately as well. Like so many people on the live streams that I'm talking to, like are starting to do well in their life. So it's good, man. Not only are things improving for me, which they are, they're improving for all of you guys and like all my friends. All of you are good people. But there's so many people lately. Like I've noticed that since I went through my breakdown, so many people around the world have gone through what I've gone through. Like all different walks of life. Boxers, celebrities, YouTubers, friends have gone through this like terrible, like mental illness, whether it's depression, paranoia, anxiety, psychosis, and they've suffered, and then over a period of time through getting help, getting professional help, or training, or finding something in their life that drives them, have kind of come back, and they're in a better place now than they ever would. I watched the highlights of the Jake Paul Woodley. I didn't feel like staying up for it, and yeah, I watched some of the highlights. Not a massive fan of it, but I've got to say, and I said it before, got massive respect for Jake Paul because he's got a lot of balls, man. Yeah, people criticize him. Even though at the time I didn't really like the idea of someone who's not really a boxer coming into boxing, but definitely respect his courage, man, because I've been in the ring, I've fought, and I know how much courage it takes. So, no, I don't think he's going to be a world champion. You never know. But yeah, definitely admire his courage. First, you lift your audience up, and now we're here to lift you up. Man, I appreciate. You know what, man? I tell you what, I've said it before, but as time has gone on, I've really been grateful for the support I've had over the years from all you guys. It has been. I said it the other day. I don't have the biggest social media platform compared to people today. That's not important, but I have such a genuine, loyal, just good people that have followed me for ages, and it's I don't know what to say, man. It's unbelievable. And as I promised the other day, man, we're going to keep doing these live streams for however long we do them, and lifting people up, giving them confidence, helping them even to get things out. We're able to do something quite extraordinary on these live streams, which I've always thought it should be normal in society, but it still isn't. Where we can be honest about what we're feeling, what we're going through, and not in a negative way, not complaining and being a victim, but getting it out and then coming up with solutions. That's what people need. That's what I need. That's what helped me. I appreciate that, William. Man, that means a lot. Thanks. When I was going through a bad time, I had so much self doubt and insecurity that even when people were telling me, that you've changed my life, or people would walk up to me on the street and say, "Oh, I want to shake your hand." It's like it wasn't registering. Like I was happy that I was able to help that person, but I didn't really believe it. I didn't really feel it in my heart because of going through such a dark time. And when I was in a good place back in the day, I could feel it. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. A lot of people go through that. When you have a breakdown, you go numb. You can't really process emotions, if I'm being honest. And I think part of our defense mechanism, and doctors told me this, you just kind of shut yourself off. You're in so much pain, you just don't want to feel. You don't want to feel like too much emotions. I remember the only time I saw you, I called your name. It's funny. Did we meet? Have we met? I've met quite a lot of you. But even lately, I've just been like I bumped into quite a lot of the old faces. Some of you don't follow me on YouTube, and like I can genuinely say that I'm enjoying talking to people and meeting people because when I was depressed, it's not like something I wanted, but I was so down, I just didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't feel comfortable around people. I also saw you. I said hello when I walked past you in Trafalgar Square. But listen, man, if obviously when I weren't well, guys, there might have been a few people that I ignored, and I didn't do it obviously on purpose. I just weren't in the right mindset. But when I'm in a good place, I will always say hello to people. Oh, is it? Oh, you saw me ages and thing. It's quite unbelievable. I found a picture the other day. I think it's been 9 years that I've known most of you that follow me on this channel. Time has really flown by. I think we're going into the 10th year. Yeah, man. I think all of us. The world's kind of getting in a better place with this COVID. Evening, man. What's up? Yeah, I just went on a big rant there, about a 30-minute rant. I had to get that. Not really. It's not really late because it's the weekend. I've got a lot of things done today. I've been to the gym. Met up with a friend. And if I'm being honest, at the moment, I'm not working at the moment, so it's not like I've got to get out for work. So I've done a lot of my goals and stuff. Awesome, William. Good luck to you. That's good. You teach students. That's wonderful. Um, I don't really want to go into it if I'm being honest. I haven't really, that's another conversation. Chicken madness, the whole. I just want to kind of move forward from the COVID thing. I'm kind of sick of talking about it. It's just too depressing, and I've kind of exhausted the conversations. But Yeah, I just want to kind of forget about it, man. And that's no disrespect to you asking the question. I'm not being. I just want to move past it. I've just had enough now. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm working on a lot of personal projects at the moment. I mean, yeah, it's not really a secret at the moment. My main project at the moment is the boxing, is doing the boxing training, is continuing that, which I'm doing. I'm so dedicated to it. So I'm using that to get my mental health good. Another project I am working on is being more social and meeting up with people. I've been doing that. I've been sticking to all my goals. My other projects, improving my diet, that's still a bit of a way to go. And this project, doing these live streams regularly. Um, so yeah. What about you? What projects have you got? In the future, when I get back to work, I'm planning on doing a lot of events and things like that, and like before programs, things like that. But one step at a time. I know this is kind of off topic as well, and some of you might not like boxing, but watching Manny Pacquiao has really inspired me in my life as well. I mean, that's kind of stating the obvious for so many people, but just seeing, like, even when the man lost, for me, he's still my hero. You know what I mean? Even though he lost to Ugas, he's a legend in boxing, and just seeing that he's not afraid to go for it in life. You know, whether he fails, succeeds, you can't ask any more in that. Who won? Well, Pacquiao lost. He fought that was a couple of weeks ago. I'm just saying, all over the place, bro. I switched a lot because I got tired after a while. One thing, yeah. Sometimes it's good to do that. It's good to change things up. A lot of people are saying he should retire. Yeah, I think he probably should, but he's got nothing to prove. You know, he lost the fight, but he kind of still won in many ways because he's got such a great legacy. He goes down in history as one of the greatest fighters to ever live. He's a national hero for his people in the Philippines. He's loved all around the world. He's amazing, man. He's an amazing human being. And Manny Pacquiao's story is so impressive. The guy was homeless on the street in the Philippines, broke, literally struggling to eat every day. And to go from that to being not just a multi-millionaire, but just inspiring so many people and being a great champion. Okay. You're still sporting a lockdown mullet. That's okay. That's okay, man. I've been training a lot, Johnny B. I've been training. I'm in fantastic shape. Now, it's no shame at all. It's no shame to be on medication. I'm not ashamed about it at all. It's actually a good thing if you need it. That's how you get well. But the best medication I've ever tried is physical fitness training and socializing. Yeah, man. This is the year of comebacks for a lot of people, man. You're welcome. You're welcome, Johnny. I'm making a comeback, and everyone can make a comeback, man. Everyone can. Gym and diet, wonderful things, man. That's why I'm drinking water, man, guys. I was addicted to well, I'm still addicted to sugar and fizzy drinks, and it's been a lifelong battle to actually admit that out loud now, and not be embarrassed about it. So I'm cutting them out. I'm drinking water with ice. I'm actually enjoying it. So a whole change, man. A lot of changes going on. I'm working on a lot of stuff. Bruce Lamb, what's up, man? Good to see a regular face, Johnny. Good day. Good to see you guys as well. And it's funny how we've got more people coming on at this hour. COVID has hit hard, ruined everything. Yeah, but we can come back from it, Johnny B, man. It's messed a lot of people up, but we can come back from it, you know. It's not over. When was the last time I had a drink in the pub? Last time I had a drink in the pub was last week. I'm not a heavy drinker, and I'm probably going to completely cut it out. But had a nice time. I met up with an old client and a friend, and we had I just had two whiskeys and coke, and he had the same, and we catched up. It was nice. So that's the last time I've been to a pub, a week ago. Also, as well, the reason I'm up so late, guys, I've got so much energy. You know, since I've been training, I just feel happier, fitter. This boxing is just life changing, man. I'm telling you, man. The energy I've got, it's crazy, man. And I'm actually sleeping better as well. My sleeping, I know that sounds like a contradiction because I'm up late, but most of the days I'm sleeping early. I'm getting up earlier, so that's definitely the Irish in me. What else could it be? I like that. You still remember that line? Yeah, man. You hear it so much, you know, growing up, and it becomes a cliche and it becomes cheesy. And, you know, people say, you know, you can come back from most things, you know, you can come back from a mental breakdown or a failure or a heartache or losing your job, you know, and you can, it's true. When you've gone for it and you're coming back, it's, I remember our phone calls. Okay, all right. I do remember it. Yeah, man. Tyson Fury and many other people as well, you know what I mean? I'm currently living in Melbourne and we're in a lockdown. I know, I'm sorry about that in Australia. I heard from Lee Priest, who I love, a bodybuilder, and he was saying, don't give up, man, Tony, man. Trust me, we've been through it over here and we got through it, and it's not a nice thing, but find something, man. Find something that you can put your focus and give you some happiness. That's what I did. When we was in lockdown, man, my passion became making YouTube videos and studying a bit of photography and editing, and it kept me going, man. Um, I will rewind and watch. It's funny you had this title. I'm getting back into. Okay, yeah. I mean the title's true. It's listen, man. Most of my titles is not clickbait. I write exactly what I'm feeling or what I want to inspire people with. So do you know what, Johnny? Right? I don't do yoga, and I've got nothing against yoga, right? Because what works for me, and I'm not going to change it, is the boxing training. Like it just fixes me. It just gets me. It makes me happy. It gets me out of my head. It gets my stress out. I can focus more. I can. It kind of takes away my social anxiety, and it makes me feel peaceful, man. That's why I feel good now. So whatever works. I don't really drink or smoke nor had food issues. I mentioned to a friend that I was fortunate to not have any addictions. She said that I was addicted to thinking. Well, everybody is, in all honesty. Everybody's addicted to thinking. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's good if you haven't really got any of the major addictions. Yeah, boxing and listen, I keep saying it, boxing, martial arts, any great training like that is going to help you. Yeah, you know, I've been addicted to porn myself. I think we all have. Another thing just to keep battling, not give up on. I think Australia has an even more strict lockdown than we did. Yeah, apparently they have. They have over there. I did a lot of yoga. I did the British Will of Yoga 1 year. That's great, man. I mean, listen, I wouldn't knock it because I haven't done it, but I'm intelligent enough to know that so many people it changes their life. So it's a bit like someone saying to me that they're knocking boxing training when they've never done it before, and I'm saying it changes my life. It gives me so much peace. You know? You remind me of the singer Example a lot. I think that's been said before. I definitely can't sing. Do I like Indian or Chinese? I like both. Funny enough, my whole life growing up, Chinese has probably been my favorite food. But since I've got into my late 30s, I've started to like Indian. I like both. Both. Uh, Garlic sticks. I don't think so. That sounds nice. One of the things that I went mad on for years, I got addicted to it. I was eating it for like 4 years. I was soya chicken on rice down central London, Chinatown. God, I was addicted to that, man. I make a joke, but there's some truth in it. When I was a successful entrepreneur and doing well financially, I think I spent most of my earnings on Chinese takeaways, man. I must have went to like nearly every Chinese restaurant in central London and outside. Me and friends always used to go. Coconut water is my addiction. I don't think that's a bad one, isn't it? Coconut water is good for you, apparently. Oh man, I love Singapore noodles, man. Me and my nan and my friend. That was another one. I went through a phase of being addicted to Singapore noodles, then soy chicken on rice, then chicken chow mein, then prawn chow mein. You guys are gonna make me hungry. You're gonna make all of us hungry, man. Soy products decreases testosterone. Yeah, I have heard it's not too good for you too much of it. I've cut it down now. Chicken balls are very sickening. They are, aren't they, Johnny? If you have a couple, they taste all right. But if you eat like the whole pack, it can make you feel a bit sick. Oh, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. You guys never cease to amaze me with your sense of humor. Yeah, I think it's the MSG, right? I had a friend, a Chinese friend of mine. He told me about that Rongtong soup. Yeah, I've had that at some point. Yeah, I went through a stage and I got a bit sick of it. Well, family used to get sweet and sour chicken, Hong Kong style. How do you overcome anxiety? It's very difficult to relax in social situations. Only drinks relax me. Do you know what, Mark? You just got to keep putting yourself in them. There's no other way. There's a couple of ways you can do it, obviously, right? And people say mindfulness. For me, boxing training or exercise. If you exercise regularly, it's not going to take all of your social anxiety away because the only way you can fundamentally get rid of social anxiety is to socialize a lot. So try those two. They work for me. They're my medicines. But I'll be honest with you, Mark. It, you know, it's a lot of look. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it if you really want to do it. You got to put a lot of work in. You got to go through a lot of suffering, and you got to be willing to get uncomfortable. But it's worth it when you get to a point where you feel more confident. You remember the Indian man who interviewed you? I still listen to that podcast. Do you know what, man? I'll be honest with you guys, right? Like, I don't remember every interview because I did so many. And I'm not saying I didn't lose all my memory when I had a breakdown, but I definitely lost some little things I don't remember. And then if I see it, I'll remember it again. So I don't remember that one. I'll give it a try. I think I'm just naturally shy and nervous. Let me explain something to you, Mark. Right, I want to tell you this because I've had a lot of breakthroughs of this. You've got to be careful what you tell yourself because obviously at the moment you get nervous and shy, and I went through loads of that. But if you keep telling yourself that you're naturally just that way, you won't improve as much as you can. So just because you are shy and nervous, that doesn't fundamentally mean that's who you are and that's who you've got to be forever. You can break out of that with practice, Mark. And I guess many people in this chat room, I'm a living example. Because years ago, I couldn't do something like this. I was too shy and anxious. I couldn't talk on a phone call or live stream. So with practice, you can come a long way, Mark. Dogs help with social anxiety. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, I like I've obviously I've watched some of Joe Rogan's podcasts, and it is pretty. You know, it's no surprise it's that successful. It's really good. I've watched many of his things. It's excellent. What can you say? I tell you what, walking a dog makes you so social. You end up talking with every other dog. Well, that's a great idea. That was Now they used to make a little bit of a joke back in the day, but it was a joke based on truth. It was like, for guys that struggle to meet women or talk to people, get a dog because then it helps you. But no, they really are great. I love animals as well, actually. You're welcome, man. Appreciate the encouragement, and I've done a lot of other videos on it, Mark. If you want to look at the videos, check them out. I go into it more. I think I think David Goggins is awesome. Awesome. I think he's a brilliant human being, inspiring. David Goggins has definitely helped me and motivated me, especially through my mental health struggles. His stuff is just second to none. I can't say nothing negative about David Goggins and his teachings and his story. That he's fearless. He's living example of what a person can achieve if they're brave enough to be honest about their fears and face them. He's brilliant. Um, I think Jordan Peterson's brilliant. Um, Ralph Smart. I think I saw some of him. I've always liked Alan Watts, and yeah, I liked Carl Jung. Well, a Friday stream. Nice to see you, Jamie. It's a pleasure, man. Yeah, it wasn't planned, guys. I just came back today, and I just kind of went on a big rant and got everything out. And it's turned into a great stream. Can't really comment on Jocko because I haven't watched enough, but I'm intelligent enough to know he's another very inspiring human. I mean, all these people are great, pretty much. All these people that are honest, truthful people. Obviously, no one's perfect, but people that actually live what they say and they go out and change their life and help others. They're all great. But I've definitely got a great respect for David Goggins. It's not all. It's hard to sometimes say favorite, but I've got to say, man, who I love, and you guys home. So I love Les Brown. For me, he's one of the greatest. He's the greatest motivational speaker of all time. He helped me a lot. Yeah, you guys are mentioning all good names, all people that all fearless people, all people that take action and inspire others. And it's funny because, and I know a lot of you have wanted me to do this, and people have asked me, and actually, and I'm going to do it. For a long time, I've done it little bits on the channel, but I've not really stuck at it. I've wanted to do like a podcast show where I interview people in person. I'm not talking about interviewing over Zoom. Like, I realized I had a lot of fear and resistance to do that. And again, it's nothing that I haven't done before, but it's just it's all part of this the mental problem which I'm getting over. Brian Cox. I'm not heard of him. Who's that? Yeah. Thank God it's Friday, huh? Every day's a blessing, but yeah. But used to listen to Shaggy back in the day. Obviously, yeah, he had those classic songs. To be honest, that sort of music's great, you know, because that music's very uplifting. Shit, man, I must be changing, man. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day I'm drinking water and ice, man. It just, wow, changes in the air. He was big in the 2000s. He was obviously that famous song is the main one. Obviously, he's done a lot of songs. It wasn't me. I'm not going to start singing it, guys. As well, if you ask me that, it's not the right time. Since social anxiety from genre ability views, genre release, I've seen yeah, truth in that. Yeah, I mean, you know what, right? I think everybody knows you don't really, it's okay, but you don't really need a doctor or a psychotherapist to tell you that, you know, majority of your social anxiety comes from, you know, being bullied and abused and traumatized when you're younger. What we need more in this culture today, we need more therapies that work solutions. You know, we need more of a solution rather than focusing on the problem because yeah, I know like talking about the problem obviously is a process of changing things, but we can't just talk about the problem of social anxiety, the cause. We need the solution. Went to Brighton a few weeks ago for the first time in ages. Nice one. Um, so nice to be by the sea. Ah, isn't it just, man? Didn't speak to a soul day though, but felt really, really happy that I did. Was quite happy in my own head. Just that's another great thing, Gray. When you do these things, exactly what you said. I was in a mental institute. Really, Johnny, you've been through it as well. Wow. So you've overcome that as well. I think there's quite a lot of people. I wouldn't be surprised if quite a lot of my followers have you know passed through a mental institute. Many people go for it, man. You know, it's when I was signed to a mental institute a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, felt worse. But you know what, though, right? I can't speak for everyone. Although I was terrified to go there, and there's a lot of stigma. It did help me. You know, it actually was somewhere that I needed to go for that time to get myself well. So yeah, good night, man. Awesome. Wow, you've been in the Priory as well. Many people. See what happens when we talk. Awesome, man. Good to wind down from a live stream and then get some sleep. The one I was I'll make it. The one I was in was like the movies, in a way worse. But no, there were some good people in there. But yeah, it was things to do before you're 40. It's a good title. Yeah, man. I'm glad you were treated well, Johnny. I had the same. The staff were very nice to me. That's a classic film, you know. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's. I'm gonna rewatch that. I watched that with my dad years ago, and you know, it was similar. The one I was in, you know, there were certain things in that film is very accurate, man. Obviously, they exaggerate a little bit, but it's quite accurate in my experience. Oh, I can't wait for the fight tomorrow, man. Listen, I want Warrington to do it, but I think Lara's going to beat him again, man. I just can't see Warrington. You know, it's very hard for me to pick Warrington because Warrington was hitting Lara with his best shots and it wasn't hurting him. And every time Lara connected on Warrington, it really but he not it was hurting him. You know, put him down. But I could be wrong. You never know. But I think Lara's going to win again. Johnny, it's a tough one, man. It's something that I'm in the process of overcoming myself of how to stop worrying, having guilt and shame. You just got to you just got to find something that helps you. And for me at the moment, can't speak. Maybe it'll help you is the socializing and the boxing training. No, you don't get into fights in a boxing gym. You know, you don't get into fights like that. People, they won't allow it, but you know, you have. It's a different term. We wouldn't really call it getting into fights, but you spar. You know, so sparring, I suppose, is a version of fighting, but it's disciplined, it's controlled. It gets rough sometimes. We all worry about the future, Johnny, and that's something that I've been worrying about a lot, and I'm starting to worry less. It's just trying to reduce it, but it's human. Um, some gyms do the competitive matches. Um, yes and no, yes and no. But I've always recommended people do the training and not necessarily have to do sparring and get punched. Just learning, just getting in the gym and training and hitting the bag and skipping and shadow boxing and exercising and you know, because in a boxing gym, it's not just punching. I think a lot of people who haven't done it just think, oh, I'm going to go in the ring in the boxing gym and it's going to be like Mike Tyson's going to come at me and it's not necessarily like that. There's a lot of, you know, you've got weights in the boxing gym, you've got a running machine, you've got a cycling machine, you've got skipping ropes, you've got the ring, you've got different punch. There's a lot of different exercises that you can do. I love it, man. That's good, man. CJP, that's yeah, some real life experience there with you know, finding the source of guilt and shame and then having the courage to stop it. I don't know if you guys have seen at the moment, but a lot of people are doing late live streams. Like a lot of people that I follow, even in the well, a lot of the boxing channels, even in the UK. You know, I'm not the only one, so I don't feel strange or again weird. They're doing live streams. You know, one, two in the morning, three in the morning. So I think more people are maybe doing it now. Maybe people are not working or they've got more time, but it's not a bad thing. You know, at the end of the day, there's different time zones for people in different parts of the world, and sometimes you are up late and you do feel like watching something. But if someone wants to have an early night, they can. Is there a point in doing the what ifs? Not really, Johnny, but it's human nature that we do it. It's another part of the mind, isn't it? What if and what only. It doesn't really help you in the end. It's more about doing what you can do now. And thank God you've got the health, you've got the freedom. You can do things now. But yeah, living in regret and things like that just creates more suffering. It doesn't help the situation, but it's human nature to do it. But you can work on being more disciplined. And I'm a huge believer in the more action you take, the more consequently it stops you from regretting and what if and what you know. Do what you can do now. What makes me happy? Are you a happy person? I'm definitely a happy person at the moment. I haven't been for a long time. What makes me happy is the simple things in life: being around my family, friends, exercising, training. You know, just the simple things. Drinking a coffee. What do you think when you look in the mirror, Johnny? That's a really deep question. A very deep question. At the moment, I think pretty good things. But when I was going through a bad time, which has been predominantly for the last 4 years, I didn't always think great things. Some of the thoughts that were coming to my head is, you know, I'm overweight, or I'm not in good shape, or I'm not as attractive as I was before. But when I'm feeling good, and I am at the moment, it's like good thoughts, positive thoughts. Oh, I feel good. I still feel young, and so it depends on what's going on, how I feel. I think the secret in life is to find something that makes you happy. Everybody needs that. Everyone is searching, and when you find something that makes you happy and you do it, um, aging is tough. Listen, yeah, we can't stop age, but we can do the best we can to maintain it as best as we can. You know what I mean? Look after ourselves, exercise, socialize. I guess so, but it depends. I mean, I was having a great conversation actually with a woman today, and she was 37. I'm 30. I'm going to be 38, and we spoke about age, and she looked fantastic, and she had a good attitude. She said she didn't seem to be insecure about her mind. So it's, yeah, it's not every woman that that is you know it has a negative view on aging. I think if you're happy though, it's not going to bother you as much. I think if you're unhappy, then you're gonna look at everything as a problem. What age is the most difficult? For me personally, I think the most difficult age or age years was my early 20s. That was hard, and like 16, 17, 20. But when I got to my late 20s, I really enjoyed life, and then early 30s, and I'm feeling as I'm gonna be coming to 40, I think I'm gonna really start enjoying the 40s. Most difficult part of life. I can't speak for everyone. For me, mental health struggles. That's the most, and I suppose that could sum up many things. Have I ever been on a lad's holiday? Do you know what? I actually haven't. Like, I'm almost gonna say yes. Um, I don't know. It's kind of. I went with a friend to Spain about 10 years ago. Me and him. I guess that was a lad's holiday. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, I've been on one with a friend. Went to Tenerife years ago. No, that was fun. I've never done that, Johnny, and that's one of my goals and dreams. I've always wanted to do that. Take a girl on holiday, and when I've been in a relationship, had a girlfriend, for whatever reason, I haven't gotten to do that. So maybe that's something in the future I can do. Is that something you've done or you'd like to do? No, I've never been married. Anyway, all right, guys, man, it is that time. I'm out of words, man. That was I was in Amsterdam. Oh, that's nice. Guys, we'll continue this, right? We'll continue the stream. I'm gonna go live tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna be up late watching all the boxing. So I'll have some time. If you guys are about, I'll let you know tomorrow, probably around 8 p.m. Around 8 p.m. ish, we'll jump on for a couple of hours and we'll continue. We'll stream. We'll talk. Um, Went to a stag weekend years ago. Didn't really enjoy it. I can see that. Um, Yeah, I do cycle, Johnny. No, I don't drive. I don't have a driver's license, but yeah, I cycle a lot. Did a lot of that. Right, guys, we'll continue this. This has been it's been great. Always great. Tomorrow we'll continue, and then we'll continue these. All right. Hope all of you are blessed, good, and appreciate everyone coming on. Yeah, I'm 37, mate. I'm gonna be. It's my birthday in a few more days. I'll be 38. Good night, man. Awesome, guys. All right. Pleasure. Become fearless.